I have a customer. Yes. Please welcome. I like the way she's walking. I can see the bridehood in her. Welcome, sister. Please, what's your name?
My name is Ivy.
Ivy. Wow. Is that a Roman name? English name? Oh, I love the name. How do you spell Ivy, please? Can I have a paper? Please, how do you spell Ivy? Is it I and V like invitation card? Okay, I'm sorry. How do you spell Ivy?
I-V-Y.
I-V-Y. Wow, beautiful Ivy. Ivy, I learned your wedding is coming up. Wow, and you want a beautiful gown. Huh? Your friend told me about it, and I've been excited to measure you for your wedding dress. So what we'll do is that I'm going to take a quick measurement of you, then we'll now discuss the appropriate style because of your height, your physique, something that will go for you. Are we cool with that?
Yes.
Very good. So Dia is my assistant. Where is Dia? Very good. Dia, please, where do we start with?
The upper bust.
Upper bust. All right, should I? Thank you very much. So the upper bust, and let me see what you have. Upper bust. So while I'm taking the measurement for the upper bust, I am going to be at the upper bust. If you notice, this is above her bust. Is it not true? Very good. Now above her bust here is 36. We need this upper bust because if we are going to be sewing a dress that have no strap or sleeve, it's going to hang under on her bust. So the weight of the dress is going to be here. There was a time there was a fashion parade. I attended a fashion parade at NYSC, and one of the pageants wore a gown that did not have a strap or a sleeve, and the dress was hanging here. So it was time for the pageants to dance. You know the pageants now, the girls that do the catwalking and stuff. So one was seriously dancing, and people were shouting, and guess what? Her gown was dropping down, and the voice was increasing, and she thought it's because she knew how to dance. And she was dancing, and one friend like, now the problem, she thought that she was a very good dancer. That's what people were good, not knowing that it was a wardrobe malfunction. Now the tailor or whoever sewed that did not make her tight enough. So if it was tight enough, no matter how she danced, we did not expect the dress to come down. So that's the importance of this up bust. Good. So Dia, what do we have again?
The bust.
Now we'll be measuring the bust. Dia says the next thing is the bust. So take note, I am measuring from her side, and her bust is 38.5. I am not measuring from here. This is not an appropriate place to measure from, because depending on the customer you're measuring, some people are sensitive at the middle part here. Some people are not sensitive, but it depends on who you are dealing with. I want to make a customer that was sensitive at the knee. When I measure, I should be I'm like, what's up? So some people have different sensitive parts. So it's safer to be on the side. And according to what LJ said, it's good to always be on the side so that if you have body odor, you'll not be offending your customer. Imagine like this. Then I'll be sending the body odor. That's not fair. You are not helping her life. Now the next thing is what?
The underbust.
Are we writing the measurements, please? I think she used a pencil. Please, anybody volunteer with a pencil? So we had the up bust 36, right?
Yes, sir.
And we have the bust 39, right? 38.5. Now, then we'll measure what again?
The underbust.
The under bust. The under bust is actually like under her bust. It's not necessarily her waist. Do you understand? It's not necessarily her waist. It could be her waist, but directly under her bust. Now under her bust here, I have 32. Now this is a young girl. In many cases, young girls like tight-fitted dresses, and older people want their dress to be loose. Do you understand?
Yes.
So in her case now, I feel this okay, but I'll ask her, do you feel it's tight?
No.
She doesn't feel it's tight, and I was expecting that. You feel it's too loose?
Yes.
This is too loose. Do you feel it's tight?
It's too tight.
Aha! So this seems natural. So don't tie her too much. Don't make it too loose. Just let it feel natural. And please make sure that one of your finger is inside. That finger is like an allowance on its own. One of my finger is inside. When someone want to measure, sometimes they do this. When someone want to measure, they do this. Now this shows, if you are looking at me, you see that I look incompetent. I look as if I am not a confident tailor. I feel as if I am not up to the task of measure. There is no confidence in me. Do you understand what I'm talking about? But when I do this, you can see the confidence in me. Do we understand what I'm saying? So when you show your customer that you are not confident, they begin to lose hope in your work that you are doing for them. And if you get measurement wrong, no matter what you sew, the customer will not feel comfortable because your measurement was wrong. Do we understand? Very good. Then, yes.
What if like she's wearing a thick clothing?
What if she's wearing
Like a thick layer of clothing?
Very good. So BB's question is, what if my client is wearing a thick layer of clothes? You advise her to take it off. Do you understand? You are advising her to take it off. Normally in a standard fashion house, you should have a back room where customers can change their dresses. Do you understand? Normally. But if they are going to book an appointment with you, you can also recommend that the kind of clothes that they should wear. Now when they come, you should make sure, do whatever it takes to give her the right measurement. That thick clothes, if you saw a bad work, the customer is not going to take it as an excuse. So the customer will say, now you be tailor. No. Do you understand? I once had a case of a customer that had a dinner to attend. And when she came to take her measurement, she wore that is this padded bra. Very good. So the girl is not actually busty. So she came to the shop with a padded bra. And so I measured her with the padded bra. Those days I wasn't very experienced with what padded bras were all about. I thought she was really that busty. So we sewed the dress. And the day she came to pick up the dress, she wore the dress and the bust here was waja waja. It wasn't sitting on her face. And the kid said, it's too big, it's too this, it's too that. I said, I knew I actually got the measurements right. So thank God one of her friends knew what the problem was. And so she called her to the GP and said, the girl said, okay. So she now went home and wore the padded bra. And came and dress was perfect. You see, God saved me that day. So you have to do anything it takes to get your measurements right. Are we together on this? Very good. So we've measured her under bust bar. Now I remember I said her under bust and her waist might be the same. What do I mean? The measurement might be the same. Now the waist is the smallest part between the bust and the hips. So look for the smallest part between the bust and the hips. And in her own case, it looks as if it is here, right? You see, it's not exactly under her bust. So I'll measure that part again. Here it is waist that is next on your list. So what do you have?
Waist.
You see, her waist is 31. Her waist is 31. Is it too tight?
No.
Is it okay?
Yes.
It's not too loose.
But what if the customer says she wants it tight?
Yes, if she wants it tight, you make it tight now. Make it tight. But be careful. If a customer says she wants it tight, the customer did not say I want it too tight. She said she wants it tight. You make it tight. And when you're making it tight, always consider the possibility that she might want it loose. So keep an allowance inside the dress. Do we understand? Okay, what next do we have? Have you written the waist?
Yes, sir.
Good.
I have the hips.
The hips. So the hips is the largest part between the waist and the knee. Do you understand? The largest part between the waist and the knee. Don't worry, some people have low hips. Some people have high hips. So if you say you're going to follow that, you're going to have a problem. But just look for the largest part between the waist and the knee. And from my own observation, it is around here. True or false? True. Good. Now what I have here is approximately 42. Is this tight?
No.
It's not tight. Is this too loose?
Yes.
Is this too tight?
Yes.
Very good. So what you have here is we have 41. 41 and a half, is it too tight?
No, it's okay.
Good. So you see I have a range now. 41 and a half. So for now I'll just write 41 and a half because she feels okay, right?
Yeah.
It feels okay. Very good. What else?
Shoulder to bust point.
Now, shoulder to bust point is from this part to the highest part on her bust. From this nape of the neck to the highest part of her bust. This is true especially when you are going to work with a push-up bra. Something that you want is going to jack her bust up. Do you understand what I'm talking about? So I'm going to go from here to the highest part. Now the highest part is around 11 inches. Do you understand? So 11 inches shoulder to bust point.
We have the shoulder to under bust.
Now shoulder to under bust, just as I earlier said, if she's wearing a bra, you look for the iron under the bra. There are some people that wear what they call BGs. They call it breast guards. People into sports, basketball. People used to wear it now. She plays basketball, so people wear something that holds you here, so that when you look more compact when you are bouncing the ball. Do you understand what I'm talking about? So you look for that part under the bust. So, question? Good. So I'm looking for that part here. This is 15. That's what she has here. 15. So you write 15 there. Ma? Now round her neck. There are some wedding dresses that you have a collar here, right? Good. So I'll measure around her neck. Now I usually ask one question. What will you eat on your wedding day, amala or indomie? If it's amala, there will be enough allowance for amala now. Is it amala or indomie? What will you eat? She will eat everything, including lion. So round her neck here is 14. Round her neck here is 14. Are we together? Now, yes.
If it's not a turtleneck, round neck,
yes.
necessarily do not need to measure.
Yes, her question is, if it's not a turtleneck round neck, you don't necessarily need to measure the wideness of the neck. We don't want it, if it has a collar, for it to be too tight. Do we understand? We don't want it to be too tight. How far? All right. So there is another thing again which I don't think is written there. Her back, or what some people call shoulder. I'm supposed to measure her back. Now look flat like this. This is wrong. If you measure list, but you should add it in. What again?
So is it called the shoulder or back?
Back. What I'm saying, if in case you see shoulder in another person's book, don't be surprised. What else?
Back is 15.
Back is 15. What else again?
We have round armhole.
Round armhole. Here. Her hamata. Huh? Ibrahim is call it alvava. Say alvava, let me hear. Alvava. Very good. Alvava. So her alvava is 19. Her alvava is 19. Her armhole is 19. Her hamata is 19.
Why is that not for like tight long sleeves or something?
Whatever you are sewing, I will now listen to me very well. Anytime you have an opportunity to measure a client, measure as many things as you can measure, because after that client have gone, there could be other orders that the client will make. The client can say, okay, after the wedding I'll be going for honeymoon, I want to make that. So you don't need to call the person and start measuring again. Do you understand? So if you have as much measurement as you can of the client, it will put you on the safer side. All right, what again?
We have the sleeve width.
Now the sleeve width, that's the wideness of the sleeve. Now the sleeve widths are usually from 3 levels. From here, and from here. From the arm here, the elbow here, and the wrist. So I'll measure her arm. Now her exact arm here is 12. Depending on what you are going to sew, if what you are going to sew is going to be frame, like a material that stretches, this 12 is okay, because when she wears it, it's going to stretch. But if the material will not stretch, I have 12 here. I am going to add 2 inches. I'll make it 14 when I am sewing. Do you understand? Because the material does not stretch. If it's too tight, she will not be able to put her hands inside. But if the material stretches, you can put exactly what you measured. Then her elbow, can you do your hand like this? Very good. So her elbow, we have 12 as well. Now stretch your hand, let's see. Very good. Then the wrists, we have 10. So we have 12, 12, 10. Are we together on that? Very good. Now what else do you have there?
We have the long sleeve.
So we're going to measure the length of her sleeve. Now, good. In many cases, you will see a tailor measuring like this, straight like this, and it used to work for them. But it's recommended that when you went to measure a sleeve, you tell the customer to bend her hand like this, then you will measure like this. What I have is 25. The reason is that when somebody bends his hand, the dress usually bend, the elbow usually bends the sleeve. So if you measure the person bends like this, it would have made up for the fact that the person will bend the hand. Do you understand what I'm talking about? So we have 25 there, and that's a long hand for a basketballer. All right, what do we have again?
3/4.
3/4. Now 3/4 is not fixed. I can measure 3/4 here, 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 depending on what the customer wants to sew. So for now, just measure within the elbow and the wrist. So I'll have 19 for a 3/4. Somebody's else 3/4 can be 17. What next?
You have a short sleeve.
Short sleeve. Short sleeve here is 12. I can have a short sleeve of 5, 8, 9. It doesn't matter, depending on the person and the style you are sewing. Do we understand? What else?
So you put 12.
Yes, put 12 for now.
The length of gown.
The length of the gown, very important. You will not want to wear a wedding dress and the wedding dress stops here. That girl is going to curse you. Is it not true? Very good. So usually the wedding dress is supposed to flow to the floor like Cinderella. Yes, it should flow like Snow White. I learned she's black now. So I'm going all the way. Please, I'm an old man. Let me adjust my waist small. Why yo? Yeah, this girl have. So she's like 62. She's 62. Now, if your customer is too tall, add 5,000 naira on her bill. So, madam, you are adding 5,000. Whatever your bill is, we are adding 5,000 naira for you. Okay, I'm just joking, sha. So she have 62. Now, another thing again you have to consider. What kind of shoe is she going to use? If she's going to use a high heel, you can ask, is it 6 inches, 4 inches, and whether she wants the gown to actually cover the floor. You consider that in the measurement, then you add the extra. There are times where we recommend that the customer comes with the kind of shoe. It mustn't be the exact shoe, but the height of the shoe. They'll wear it, then you measure it with them. Then, yes.
So usually in a wedding gown, like the back is elongated.
Ma?
The back is elongated.
Yes, that extension might not directly concern the length of the dress. She said so many times the wedding gowns usually have an elongated back. You can always calculate that depending on the design, but the real length is you need the client. Do you understand? Then when we don't have opportunity of getting the shoe of the customer, sometimes we used to use a gargajia method. You know gargajia?
Yes, sir.
What's gargajia, sister? Traditional method. We will tell the girl that when we read the floor, she should do like this. Then you do like this, now measure. So let's try it here. So when I'm down, you stand on your heels, right? Up, right. It's usually not the best method, but it works sometimes. All right, what next?
We have the length of blouse.
Length of blouse. Now we are measuring her for a wedding gown, so we don't need the length of blouse. But if we're going to measure for length of blouse, for the north, for those of us in the north here, most blouses stop at the hips here. When a girl wears a blouse that is shorter than the hips, they look at her as a iska. Is it not true? So as a fashion designer, you have to consider the cultural background of your customer. And remember the Figaro that we did, the demographics that we did in fashion marketing. We have religion and culture. Is it not true? We also have psychology, psychographics, the fear of the customer, the ambition of the customer, the dream of the customer. So in her case, since she's from the north, and her father is a coach and a pastor. Is he a pastor? Okay, he's a coach. All right, so the blouse might stop here. Now there are shorter blouses. Don't say this way I say it must be. There are shorter blouses, there are longer blouses. So averagely, let's just take here. Then length of what? Look, take note. The measurement went over her bust. Don't put the measurement here. Do you understand? This one was going to make it shorter, but when it goes over the bust, it's going to make it proper. Are we together?
Yes.
Very good. Then length of what?
Skirt.
Good. Another important point. Again. When you are measuring the skirt of your customer, in many cases, you will start from the narrowest part of her body, but that's the waist, right? Now, do you know what usually happens in many cases? I'm supposed to measure her like this. So I have 46 and a half. You know the kind of experiences we usually have? A customer will say, no. I don't need to put my skirt here. I used to put it here. Then she should now push my hand down here. They call it low waist. You may have heard of low waist, me. So the customer will say this is where she puts her skirt. Now when the customer says that, don't argue. Get the two measurements. Where it's supposed to be and where the customer says it wants to be. You put it there. Now you as a professional, you use your professional experience and sew the thing right. If you follow 100% what the customer is suggesting, if the style spoils, the customer will say, nah, you know your work. Do you understand? It is difficult for the customer to accept that the problem came from him or ham. Yes. We have him, ham, shim. Man, no they shall, but they know themselves. Alright, so the customer will not always agree that the problem came from, especially technical issues like they expect you to know your work. Do you understand? Good. Now please, when you are measuring, don't do like this. This is a terrible way of measuring, especially if you have body odor. You are not going to make her convenient. Do you understand what I'm talking about? Then don't do like this. When you do like this, she says she's not comfortable. She cannot tell me. Usually the customer is not comfortable, but when you measure like this, she's not comfortable.
Sir, but as a professional fashion designer, you're not supposed to have body odor. Why do you have body odor?
Look, okay, now what bad girl is saying is that as a professional fashion designer, you're not supposed to have body odor. I said especially. It's not an exception. It's an exception. The good news is that as a professional fashion designer, you're supposed to look good at all times. And we talked about this of how to sell fashion products. So she's telling us what we already know. We are giving exceptions. Do we understand? Very good. Now I said you shouldn't measure like this. It's going to make her uncomfortable. Don't measure at this middle part here. Always choose one side. If you are measuring your customer and you go like this, you are demonstrating to the customer that you are not a professional. You are demonstrating to the customer that you are not a professional. A professional fashion designer should know where he or she is supposed to stand at every point in time. Take your measurement at one side, only if necessary that you tell the customer to turn. Do we understand? Now, who can perfectly do what I did? Perfectly. You know that, ma? Okay, what else do we have?
Length of jumpsuit.
Good. Length of jumpsuit. We are sewing a wedding gown. That's why I didn't bother for length of jumpsuit. Good. Very good. Now, you see, I am happy she brought these issues up. Remember what I said. When you have a customer, measure as many things as you can. Right? Now, she talked about length of jumpsuit. Customers sew jumpsuit. So you can measure how the person wants his or her jumpsuit. Just have it for the sake of record. Now, we have the customer's weight as part of the customer's statistics. The reason is that when you have a customer's measurement, you don't need to always measure the customer. So when a customer comes to your fashion house and you want to know whether you should measure the customer again, you can tell the customer to stand on your scale. You're supposed to have a scale in your fashion house. When the customer stands on your scale, if the scale have increased, it means one part of the customer is likely to have increased. Maybe the waist, bust, or hips. If it has dropped, it's likely the customer's measurement have dropped. So it may be the waist, bust, or hip. So it will give you a clue that you need to measure the customer again. But if the customer stands on your scale and is the same, there is a high chance the customer is still having the same measurement. Do you understand? Very good.
Why is it always the waist bust and hips?
Good. the fixed statistics for people, a clue is always better for your dress to be too long than to be too short. Number one. Number two, it's always better for a dress to be too big than to be too small. Put this behind your mind. But when it comes to neck, it's better for the neck. In many cases, they keep 2 inches allowance. Even if you go online, these YouTube channels, in many cases they keep 2 inches allowance. So 2 inches is an average. But we here, we keep 3 inches. Because there are customers that they like to wear a dress for 10-15 years. So when they are young girls like you, they are wearing the dress. When they get married, they are wearing the dress. When they give birth to 10 children, they are still wearing the dress. So you'll be expanding. So you keep allowance for the next 15 children. Okay, I'm just joking.
Allowance on both sides.
Yes, allowance on both sides. Make sure there's always allowance. Any question? Alright, so people are going to do your thing now. Thank you.